what support do you get from all the good work that Sport Relief do?
Right, we're ready to start work on the back pads now. The only difference we'll have is instead of a bolt, we have an 8mm Allen head bolt. There and there. Right, so Logan, my son, now he's going to undo the bottom caliper bolt first and put that to one side. If I can try and get in there while he's working. That's loose enough now, Logan, that should come out. And then the top one, while he undone the top one, he's going to hold the caliper as well to make sure that that doesn't just drop. If it's really loose, then obviously you can take the socket out of the socket driver and just use it by hand. He's then going to lift the caliper away from the carrier. It's a little bit tighter in the rear because we got a fixed hose holder by there. So at least now we can get to the caliper to turn it over so that we can get the spring and everything taken off. Right, so I've taken the little split pin out and I've started to pry up the holding pin. It's a little bit stiff because it goes catches all the crud on the back, so it's basically just work him out back and forth. Try not to damage him with your pliers. He will come out. See, it's surprising what they gotta live through being opened, all the elements. And I'm having a spot of trouble, there he is, with my wrist, so, but that's got that pin out, so we'll give that a good clean up when we're ready to refit. Here's our pads again, so we can lift him out, pull him over, pop him out. Now again, these pads are quite thick, didn't really need changing, but because I've already bought the set and they're cheap, I'll change them out, so I know I've got new pads all round. Right, so giving the caliper a clean, I've managed to press the pistons back to give me enough clearance for the disc. Ready to reinsert the pin. I've cleaned the pin, but he is still a little tight. So we're just going to tap him home. Checking the hole for our split pin. It's not good trying to do this with a broken wrist. There. And then we'll slide our split pin back in, making sure that he's seated. Open the pads up, put him in position and drop him down over the disc. Now what I'm going to do with the bolts that secure the caliper, because these ones don't actually move, I'm just going to use a little bit of copper slip, copper grease, just on the ends, just to stop them corroding. So I'll just put the top one in, so we get lined up. Like I say, this is really hard to do because my wrist is acting like a dick. One. Small clot of grease. That'll stop the bolt from seizing up, and from this it'll prevent the threads from locking. So it's all left to do is with our torque wrench again, set to 25 foot-pounds. As we'll torque them up. One. And the same with the top. I'll leave Logan do the top one so that you can get a feeling for a torque wrench. There's one. So that then is set to 25 foot-pounds. So you'll just check the bottom bolt again to make sure that that's got the right torque set in. Yep. And you'll check the top one. Yep. So that's the brake disc changed on the front and the back. So the second part of this video, part 2 now, will be showing how to bleed the brakes with fresh fluid pumping through, which will basically be a fluid change. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in part 2.